So we will be back. And when we return, you can rest assured we will be as ferocious, as nefarious, as backbiting, as robust, as aggressive as we can be. That is exactly what we are going to do. So all George Weah and his people are doing, a bunch of unsophisticated people, is that they're giving me a much bigger platform. Let me tell you something. I hear some of you say we envy George Weah. How can a man like me, as sophisticated as I am, envy someone who is very, very, very unsophisticated? A man who can barely say a few words without making tons of grammatical errors. That man is beneath me intellectually. The only reason why George Weah sits in the mansion today is because we have a largely unsophisticated population that is football crazed, that would take a man who is unsophisticated and make him president of the country because they love football. If not for that, under normal circumstances, George Weah would never sit down next to me because he is way beneath me intellectually. A man who can barely express himself. We're not on par. We're not on par. It's like day and night. George Weah and myself, we're like day and night. It's only because he played football and he has football fame. That's the only reason why. But there is absolutely, under no circumstances, George Weah would be better than me. Of course, now you all know that. Tons of you on this live video can attest to that. The man is not fit to be president, and he's president because of the level of unsophistication in our country, that people would think that because he played football, became popular, automatically he's qualified to be president. Now you all know that. But I'm going to tell you this. When I'm done with them today on the BBC, they will not mess with me no more. Of course, I see all these little seditions on Facebook making noise, complaining, oh, Costa, you are cussing the president, you're attacking the president. What's wrong to tell the president what the president is? The president is a thief. The president is a criminal. The president steals. We made this broke boy president. They did, not me. I wasn't a part of that political calamity and disaster. I wasn't a part of that. History will absorb me. I warned you. I'm a prophet. You all made me a prophet. That's what you did. I told you this boy was not fit to be president. You made him president. Today you see what's happening in the country. He's obsessed. He's concerned with himself. The man's a petty mind, unsophisticated petty mind. All he's doing, he's concerning himself with getting rich and building palaces all over the place. Because that is how little boys think. He thinks like a small boy. That's the kind of president you have. He is concerned with himself, getting rich and violating all our laws. Today you have all come to realize that the mistake you made by thinking that an unsophisticated joker like George Weah, who gained popularity on the football pitch, is qualified to become president of our country. You've come to realize that it was a monumental political disaster, catastrophe that has engulfed the country, that is sinking us lower. Look, let me tell you something, folks. Our country is at the lowest ebb since its foundation. Never. What we have essentially on our hands is what is called a kakistocracy, a government led by the worst in a society. That is what they are. A government by the worst unsophisticated hoodlums and hood rats and talks. They're the ones running the country. A kakistocracy is what we have. We have hood rats and hoodlums and talks, unsophisticated talks. That's what you have. And you brought this upon us as a country. But I show you, we will live through this. We've lived through 27 years of Willem Weah Stopman, an aristocratic regime. We kept the rest of the country suppressed. We lived through Charles Taylor, who was a tyrant. We lived through Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who pretended, she wore a mask and pretended to be a good leader. But we saw what she did. We lived through that. We survived that. We too can survive George Weah. If we can survive Charles Taylor, if we survive Willem Weah Stopman, we survived Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, we as a country and people will survive this bunch, this coterie of unsophisticated jokers fixated only on amassing wealth and presiding over the cataclysmic sinking of the country. We will live through that as a people. I've come to give you that good news. These jokers will be in the past very soon. 5 years is not long. Within 5 years from now, George Weah will be in handcuffs. We'll put him in jail. We will confiscate those houses, those palaces that he's built. We will take them from him. The likes of Mangel will put them out of those big homes that they've bought overnight. We'll put them outside. The likes of Samuel Tuer, with all his big mouth and all the gibberish that comes spewing out of his arrogant, unsophisticated mouth, we will also go after all of them. I want to assure you, do not give up. These people, we will live through this regime. We will survive them. The country will move forward. Liberia didn't sink, Liberia did not end with the war, if the war did not sink us, if the war did not destroy us, if the war did not end us, George Weah cannot end us. No matter how much money he steals, no matter how many houses he built, we will take them back. The country will be redeemed. That is the message of hope that I give you. Not the hope of crooks. No, not the hope for chance. They say hope for change. No, it was actually hope for chance. Not that. But hope for the real hope that I give you is that this country, this beloved country of ours, as rotten, as corrupt as it is, we love it as it is, and we will survive these jokers and these crooks, and we will take our country back democratically. We will take Liberia back, and we'll round them up like a bunch of thieves that they really are. Put them in handcuffs, put them in jail, take our country back, prosecute them, confiscate the properties that they acquire. That's the message I want to give you. That is the message that I want to give you. So do not grow weary, my friends. Do not grow weary. Read your history. There were worse days than this, but perhaps, again, come to think of it, we've never experienced what we're experiencing. Listen, Akara's where you just show up, all these bunch of jokers. The CDC is one group of people that just has a bunch of irredeemably unsophisticated people. They are patent liars. They are sleazy crooks. They've managed to bamboozle their own base, making them believe that they came for change and they came to fix the country, improve their lives. All these unsophisticated jokers, they cannot match my intellectual gravitas. No, the likes of Akara's Gray, those boys cannot, they cannot withstand the bazookas and the Hausas that I can fire with consistent ferocity and velocity. They cannot match that. They cannot match that. So all they resort to do are these lazy tactics. I told you yesterday and I will tell you again today, if Ellen, much more sophisticated Ellen, could not succeed in her fiasco to silence me, that you will silence me? You must be joking. A bunch of marijuana smoking jokers like Akara's Gray, dope addicts, and people who snort cocaine and injecting themselves with heroin. The state has collapsed, folks. Look where our country has come. That a joker like George Weah is our president. We've had good leaders before, even if they were corrupt, but they were better. Not in the sense we have a man who is our president who can barely express himself. Huh? How could we come this low? How could we come this low to have a joker like George Weah as our president? A joker like George Weah, a man who cannot put one and one together. How can you have one of the least intellectually inclined individuals to head a country of 4.6 million people? How could we come this low? How could we come this low? Because of the tyranny of the majority. An unsophisticated, impressionable, misguided bunch of people who were led to believe that George Weah is someone who could make a difference. That is how we came this low. How can we have a man like George Weah leading our country? It's a despicable abomination in the history of our country. That period, that chapter in our country's history is a blight that we are going to have to work to ensure that does not happen. What is wrong with you people? How can we have this boy being our president? The man cannot express himself. You know, the boy cannot even, do you know what a sentence is? A sentence is a composition of words that express a complete thought. George Weah does not know how to make sentences. Now, you cannot, he doesn't know how to construct sentences. He does not make sense.